Okay, so today I'm going to cover how I get rust off some of the parts on my RV. Today I'm going to go over how to get rust off the propane holder. This is just my way if you don't have a lot of tools like a drill with wire brush attachment. So I did this all by hand. As you can see, it's really bad. Um, It's not all the way through the metal, it's what you'd consider top, but all I use is alcohol to clean the area, some wire brushes that you can get really cheap, some heat temperature Rust-Oleum black paint, a dollar store scraper, and then another Rust-Oleum black coat over that. And you don't need the other paint. The reason I do that paint on top is to give it kind of a more gloss look. And I also used my Dremel on this. Like I said, this is more for the people that don't have an expensive grinder, or maybe you don't have a power drill with a wire brush attachment. So I wanted to show people that you could go to the dollar store basically, and you could do a fairly good job at removing rust and respraying it. So as you can see, I'm just working that brush in, getting as much off as I possibly can on that. Just working it in all directions. And of course, what I did before this is I cleaned it all off with a little bit of alcohol just to try to get that top layer off. If there was any like grease or anything on there. And you can see in this video, on some of those parts, you can see the actual steel where it hasn't really rusted yet, but there's no paint. Now I will say this is not the preferred method, but you know, it is what it is. Preferred method would obviously use some kind of power tool instead of hand power, but it was a good workout. Just wanted again to show everybody that you could remove rust on a fairly good budget and do it all by hand. So we're just going to keep working it as much as possible. Alright, now here I started using the scraper, and you can see how some new rust showed up. So it's important after you use these brushes, wire brushes, you use the scraper, because you'll start to loosen up some of that paint and you'll realize that there's more rust underneath. So you just keep going with that scraper back and forth, just like you would with the brush, different angles, getting as much of that paint as you can off, showing all that rust that was underneath, and then you're just going to rework it with the wire brush, or you can work it with the Dremel. Whatever is easier and whatever you have on hand. Alright, so now we're going to actually spray paint it. So all you're going to do is that sweeping motion with the spray paint. I already cleaned the area with the alcohol really quick. As you can see, I'm going really fast with this. No, not really, it's just the speed up of the video. So here is the first coat. It's still wet, that's why it's got some shinier parts. But as you can see with the dry spots, that this one does dry in more of a flat blackish, which if you like that, you like that. For me, that's why I do the final coat with the other one, because I like more of a gloss look. But with saying that, I do 2 to 3 coats with the first Rust-Oleum, and then 1 or 2 coats with the final gloss look. And as you can see, it comes out really well. And it's not perfect, but it's good job.